So people are ready for you to go off.
I better drink some coffee because I don't have a lot to go off.
But here's the thing. It's probably not going to be, it's going to be disappointing, I think, because people are ready for you to sound off and lose your shit on the JJ Peterka trade. The problem being, he learned about it 3 minutes ago. Yeah, who got? I was just looking at it on my phone. It's like a trading. It was some rumor, right? I'm like, no one's been traded. Oh, Peterka got traded, but that was like last night at about 6 o'clock. Oh, where'd he go?
Huh?
Utah. Oh, what'd they get? Michael Kesselring and Josh Doan. So my sense is
that's not going to be.
I don't feel a big rant coming.
There is not a big rant.
There it is, bud. Sound off. The floor is yours. We can go full screen.
These
have at them.
Mammoths are just running roughshod on the league. I don't know. Like, what? Okay.
There you go. That's our analysis.
You got to be glass half full like Pinder and Noodles. You got to be even keel and thoughtful about these things. I did read, and after you mentioned it, I pulled it up on the old
interweb
webs there.
Yeah.
And the Sabres are going to be tougher to play against.
That's what Kevin Adams was saying. Their goal is to be depth and to be.
Yeah, that's why they got rid of Cousins, because they don't want.
Yeah, you don't. See, if anything, he's really hard to play against and very competitive.
No, he's soft.
Yeah, people don't like it. They don't like the deal. There's no picks involved. There's no salary retention. Now, Peterka was a restricted free agent. As soon as the deal was done, he signed a 5-year extension with the Mammoth.
7.5?
7-7.
7-7?
7-7 times 5. So he becomes the second highest paid Mammoth. Only Mikhail Sergachev makes more at 8.5.
And who are the folk? I mean, I know Donor's kid. Yeah, I think I know what Donor's boy is. And
23 years old, second rounder. Had 51 games last year. He's aggressive. He's
come work his ass off.
He's a less skilled Shane Doan for sure. Shane Doan was a highly skilled guy.
But I don't think he was probably the key piece of this. But I don't know who the defenseman is at all.
Well, he's 25.
25? Okay, so it's not exactly up and coming.
No, he's fine.
He's young.
He's big. 6'5", drafted by Edmonton, didn't play for them. Ended up playing
make the Oilers decoy.
Played 74 games over 2 years for the Coyotes, and then last year he was in Utah. So he's got 29 points in 82 games. He's a big top 4 defenseman, is what people are saying, is that he's top 4.
Question. If you're Craig down the street here, maybe
Conroy?
a couple blocks. If you're going east to west, but no, from west.
Don't go through here. Yeah. Take the ring road.
Could we have offered?
I wondered about that.
Because that doesn't feel like a lofty.
Yeah.
Oh, you want Martin Pospisil and who?
Yeah, I don't know. Kevin Ball, I guess, would be the Kessel ring in this scenario, and I don't know.
I don't think you want to get rid of Ball, but
yeah,
I feel like you should be able to find. Like, is Rasmus Anderson a Purka trade?
Probably there. My guess is Buffalo. You've got Anderson for 1 year. He's not likely to re-sign in Buffalo, would be the worry. Here you've got some younger guys, 25, 23. They have existing contracts. I'm not going to sit here and tell you I know what Kevin Adams is doing.
I don't
think it's the worst trade in the world. It's, where was it?
They don't know what the fuck they're doing. You understand that?
I do, Don.
I don't think it's a good trade, but
it feels light. Seems to be the consensus. It's not a terrible trade. There's a lot of like in Toronto. Well, couldn't you have done Brandon Carlo and whoever for this guy? Maybe. And there's Pinder talked about it yesterday, and just whoever his shooting percentage has been very high. He's been getting key minutes and opportunities and all of that. And Don't know why that would just evaporate necessarily, but it's
the opportunity will be there. But the shooting percentage might come down.
Yeah, the shooting percentage perhaps regresses a bit, but all of a sudden you do look at Utah. Logan Cooley had 25 goals last year. He's 21. Dylan Gunther, he's 22, had 27. Peterka is 23 years old. Barrett Hayton's 24. He had a 20-goal year. Clayton Keller's just 26. He had 30 and 90 points last year. That's what it is. But remember, that's the Coyotes, and the Coyotes have stunk forever.
The Coyotes great. To me, the question's not about the Coyotes, and maybe Peterka's a little higher paid if his shooting percentage.
Yeah,
I don't know what the Sabres would do. A defenseman?
They have to. The guy wanted out. He's a restricted free agent.
Everyone wants out. That's not.
I know. Could you do worse? Of course you could. Could you have done better? Who's to say? It feels like.
The problem with the Sabres trades is that in all scenarios, when have we said that's great? Like Stan Bowman for the Edmonton Oilers yesterday or 2 days ago, when the hell it was. That was a moonshot. He hit a home run. I think.
I do too.
And whatever. But when have you looked at the Sabres in the last decade and said, "Great, won that"? That's a really good move. That's what.
You look back and getting Tage Thompson in the O'Reilly deal. Now O'Reilly wins a cup for St. Louis.
By O'Reilly saying, "Get me the F out of here." It was not a.
No, I know. But no, it's tough to do because, and I don't know what their ownership.
And don't forget, in that trade, the player they taught Birkeland quit.
That's right.
So
there is that. Yeah.
He quit. Buffalo. No, I quit. I'm done.
I'm done. Yeah.
Give a shit.
Thanks.
It's no good. I don't know. Kesslering big, yeah, sure. Their D is soft and porous and horseshit in Buffalo. They don't defend well at all, even though they've got 2 first overall picks on their blue line. I like how Darlene plays. I think Powers doesn't compete at all. There's a big I forget who else is they're like, but I don't think they need more grit up front. I guess Doan adds a little bit of that.
And the thing, okay, so you
look at their lineup. I hate it.
So you take Peterka. He was a second rounder. Good value. Had 27 goals, 68 points. Hey, you hit on a later draft pick, second round.
You can't pay him 7.5. Or was he saying, "I'm not playing here"?
There's
no choice.
Yeah. So okay. Well, now you've taken that. You've kind of spun it into 2 lesser. They're always trading away the better player.
Yes,
is the problem. Bo Byram, they probably did well in that trade. I don't know what you think of the Middlestat, but I think Bo Byram's but now he's an RFA, and they're probably trading him as well.
This is the issue that the Sabres, to me, have, and the people there are done with it. 14 years without a playoff spot. We're rebuilding for decade plus, and it seems like they're dumping guys. Like, doesn't it?
Yeah. Yeah. It's the dumpster of the NHL.
Yes.
And it feels like that.
It's getting worse.
Oh, it's Calgary. Oh, Winnipeg. Okay. But just from where I'm sitting, it sure seems like.
I can tell you right now, even with construction, you can drive into downtown Calgary and go, okay, this is an interesting, nice place to look at. You can't do that in Buffalo. You can't drive into downtown and go, I want to hang out down here. This would be awesome.
Yeah. So it's like, well, you didn't. Peterka went 7. You don't have to pay this guy $7 million. These other guys are under. Okay, well, they have $21 million in cap space.
I don't think they're ever a cap space situation again. Never. They dumped those guys early 2000s. Briere, Drury, JP Dumont, when they had a very good team. Very, very. Won the President's Trophy. Lost in the Game 7 semifinal. They were awesome. They let them all go because of money. They're never going to be a cap team.
That's the thing, and I know we talk about it a little bit. Frank brought it up the other day. Well, the cap is growing, so that's great things for the league. It's
That's
great.
why I think it's going to baseball.
But there are going to be teams that are going to. We were a cap team when it was 90 million, 92, 95.
We could push ourselves to be a cap team when it was. Now, again, I'm too dumb with math. Is it up because, okay, revenues are up. Do they revenue share? Does that mean that the Sabres incrementally get that much more from, well, I guess.
Yeah, it's not a good deal. Good deal in general.
Have you heard any counter arguments from anywhere? I just heard about it, so I haven't done my rounds.
Right.
To think that this was a really
the softest criticism of it is it's an okay hockey deal because you got two players who are going to play for you. You can use Kesselring on the back end, and you like some of the Doan's 23, and he's got some jam to him. Okay, well, Peterka was 23.
And he scored you almost 30.
And he may not have jam, but he can sure score. Tough spot. I do.
It's not a tough spot because it's self-created. They've done it to themselves. Sure, tough spot. Who's tough? I know what you're trying to say, tough, and be just kind of passing of it, but who? Why is it a tough spot?
Just the location. It's not a desirable place to play.
But again, it would be fine if they competed. Winnipeg's not a desirable place to play. They won the frickin' Presidents, and they're keeping guys. Not everyone's saying they're leaving, and that's fine. And I'm not even disagreeing with you. The issue becomes a league issue. Are you moving the Sabres? If that
they have a
team
billionaire
who
owner.
Pagula probably bought for $150 million is now worth, what did the Ottawa sell for, $1 billion? Call it $800 million. So you've made lots of money on your franchise value. You've also lost lots of money trying to fund this team.
Mm-hmm.
Who's coming in paying $800 million or more to buy this squad that can't generate enough revenue to even and keep it there in an aging building? And what you're saying isn't wrong.
Yeah.
But it's not a desirable place to play. Taxes, weather, the best thing about it is the travel. I love Buffalo. I absolutely love Buffalo. But if you can't operate correctly, it's got to go. You can't have a team miss the playoffs for 20 years. It's possible that this team goes 2 decades without missing the playoffs.
Mm-hmm.
What's in the cards for this team? How are they better this year as opposed to last year?
Well, I don't think they are.
Right?
Sure.
It feels like there's kind of dismantling a rebuild without ever getting.
Doesn't it still just come down if there's an appetite to any kind of degree for the owner to pay bills, then you have a billionaire owner. And generally when things go sideways, it's because of ownership. That's what happened in Phoenix. It's what happened in Winnipeg. When you see these teams have to move, it's because the ownership either is insolvent to a certain degree or just says, I'm done. Here's the keys. I'm not paying these for losses anymore. And I don't know that that's where it is with Pagula, is it?
Well, eventually it's going to get there. How often do you want to it's not my place to comment, I guess, on billionaires and what they're willing and how they operate their businesses, because maybe it's a taxable, maybe it's a tax play. I have no idea.
You have nothing going your way. You don't make the playoffs and you stink. It's not a great city. Can you live there?
Respect
Hey,
it
I love Buffalo, but just in context, if you're 23 years old, it's not where you want. It's not where you want to play.
List of 32 teams, It is bottom of the barrel.
You don't want to play there. You don't win. There's no tax advantage.
New York State is awful taxes.
It's
weather's not.
It's not great. It's not terrible, but it's not great.
Is there good food? Sure, but I don't even. Again, I sound like I'm
probably not for a high performance athlete.
And there's 3.
Yeah,
and there's 3 good. Like it's not. You don't walk downtown and check out the shops. Like it's not.
And I bet there's been any number of. They'd have meetings. What do we got to do? We're gonna say, how do we shape this? How do we do this? There's only so much lipstick you can put on that pig. You have to win.
You have to win, and Pegula owns both teams. The Bills are not having trouble bringing guys in. Why? They win. Brand new building, I guess, isn't going to hurt, but they're winning. They're building a $1.5 billion complex. Like, maybe it's too big. I don't know what it's cost to build that.
You're into science, right? You're a big science guy.
Yeah.
Do we have, can you have a time machine and go back and change things? Because I do wonder, what if they get McDavid?
Everything changes because they're winning. It's a whole different world, yes. Now, and Canadians like hockey, but Buffalonians like hockey. But if you have Conor McDavid, how many people are coming from Ontario to spend money every game to watch, not just when the Leafs are in town?
Yeah.
Right? Like you have Conor McDavid there. You're playing against the Leafs with Conor McDavid versus Matthew. Like,
yeah.
You kidding me?
They don't get McDavid. The years that they get the first overall picks, like you say, Darlene's, he's a 5.
I think he's a hell of a defenseman, but
he's a defenseman. They get the first overall pick again. Owen Power. Okay. It's not generational talent. It's not superstar status. What if those picks are elite level players or even elite level forwards and you've got a McDavid and whatever? What if it changes everything?
It changes everything, but that's the only way, and I don't know what.
Yeah.
Nonetheless, you've also had top 10 picks for 15 years that you've done nothing to. Who's the last goalie that was good there?
Well, Hasek did play there. Did you know
Miller?
Hasek played there. Ryan Miller played there. Yeah, I guess so.
Again, that's 15 years ago, and it's not easy to go find a goalie, but I don't know. It's, and I don't think Pegula meddles in it. I think he's tried to trust guys and hire good people. It's just
they drafted Owen Power.
Who the F is JJ Peterka to say I'm on out of Buffalo? Like, you know what I mean? Yeah. But that's where it's at.
But that's what players have, that kind of, well, they have the arrogance, the cockiness, and a bit of the ability to do it.
And that's why I don't know how this team comes out of this tailspin there. And a tailspin, it's 14 years. People are underestimating. What does that mean? 14 years?
Because you look back at it in 2020, so they got Power at 1 in 2021. You know how I love looking at draft. In the 2020 draft, they get Jack Quinn in round 1 and Peterka in round 2. Peterka is already gone because he wanted out. Jack Quinn is an RFA and needs a deal. We'll see how it goes. 2019 draft, they took Dylan Cousins in round 1. He's gone. 2018 Rasmus Dahlin, first overall. Still there. They're paying him. So
but there's rumblings that relationship is starting to fray as well.
Yeah.
Who's next?
Alex Nylander, 8th overall in 2016. No bueno. Eichel in 2015. He gone. Sam Reinhart in 2014. I mean,
God.
You've got a hell of a team if you hang on, if you're able to keep these players. It's kind of like the same thing here, Bennett and Kachuk. But if you've got Sam Reinhart, Jack Eichel, you're not going to have all of them. I get that.
This is the thing, though. You're right. It is a hell of a team if you're able to keep all of those players. I still wonder about the Sabres and if we'd have kept all of our guys, it'd be great.
Yeah.
That's why I keep hinting. I think this is going baseball. Haves, have-nots.
Yeah.
It's different because it's hockey, and there's always that heart and soul aspect of it, and it's a team sport, and you get a hot goalie, you can go on a run. But the science is going to prove out, I think, over the next 20 years, because we love science. There's haves and have-nots. And Buffalo, Calgary, these teams, cities, they're have-nots.
Jeez, they drafted Hagel in round 6. It's another good draft pick. Good work, Buff. It's not nice to laugh.
You might as well laugh. 14 years. I keep saying it because I think people underestimate. Well, 14. 14. That's truly 14 years of no hope, and not 14 years of, we just missed. 14 years of out by Christmas. It's not being productive.
There's always some thought. Here's what I would do. Here's how you could go in there, whether you're a fan or you sit around having beers, or if you're a hockey executive. Here's what I would do. I would have a plan. This is what I would do. I'm not sure what you can do there just because of what we laid out. Just the fan support, rightfully so, has turned on the team, and you're in Buffalo, and taxes stink, and you don't win, and you need something. One of those needs to change, and you're not leaving Buffalo. Under this, the weather's not changing, the city's not changing. You have to find a way to win, and I don't know how you do it when. I mean, it's fine that everybody wants out, but there you need guys that want to play there. We talk about that here. It felt like when Tuck came in, he wants to be here.
They had a bit of momentum as far as guys. The problem is, it's like the team that they had of guys that wanted to play there were no good.
Like Tage Thompson, like we talked, he's been a good player for them. He's a good player, but so too was Cousins. There is the coaching is also part of it, because they've had good enough talent even when they haven't been good. You would think to do better than they have.
Again, it always sounds like you're taking cheap shots, but Johnny Granato was there a long time.
Yeah.
They went after, what's his name, out of Pittsburgh, Dan Bylsma, right away. Paid him lots of money.
Yeah.
Terrible. And then he goes, and it's like something's not right.
Yeah. Ralph Kruger.
Kruger was an outside the box. Where the hell's Ralph Kruger? What? Yeah. Right? Kevin Adams isn't the coach, but how the hell did Kevin Adams become the GM? He was doing the Junior Sabres program. It's cheap shots, but
I know
that is Pagula calling me saying, "Here, come run the team."
Yeah.
It's
so now, they have Bo Byram needs a contract. Jacob Bernard Docker, local guy. Jack Quinn, first rounder, and Ryan McLeod.
What's Quinn?
Yeah, I don't know.
Don't hear his name ever. He's been hurt, I believe. Right? Like, even go through their lineup. I guess I could pull it up.
Well, we can move on.
To what?
Well, just not crushing these guys, I guess.
It's not crushing. It's just an analysis of a team that for 14 years has missed the playoffs, and maybe it's a word of caution for all of our screaming and yelling. Yeah. They are the word of caution for rebuilding. You could end up like the Sabres.
Sell these guys and get young, get your draft picks.
You could end up like the Sabres.
Huh? That is the other side.
But I don't think anyone else ends up like the Sabres. Does anyone else go 14 years? It's a record. No one else has done it.
Well, the Coyotes stunk for a long time. The Senators stunk for a long time.
14 years of...
Well, again, a long time, not maybe necessarily. It is the cautionary tale to strip it bare, get picks, and we'll be good. There are, as we've laid out, there's a lot of other markets that could say, okay, we'll strip it bare, but we don't have a city where guys don't want to play, and we might actually win, and the taxes aren't terrible. Taxes are terrible, right?
Oh, yeah. California and New York are the worst taxes.
Yeah. Yep. And Buffalo's in New York.
Yeah, it is, Dean. Geometrically speaking.
Yeah. They kind of got the shitty end of that situation, too. It's like they're in New York, but it doesn't really... It's not really kind of...
There is a show. Did I bring it? The Sirens or something on one of these. They talk about Buffalo. And someone goes, well, I'm from Buffalo. And they're like, just say upstate New York.
Yeah. Poor Buffalo. Hey, buddies. Thanks for watching. We appreciate it. Also, if you could throw in a like and subscribe, it does help us out with what it is we are doing. And check out more at flamesnation.ca.